Okay, give us a 5-5 if you can hear us. Been out in the garden, it's quite wild out there. Yeah? That's good. But not been too long. It's really creepy out there, guys. Really creepy. I'm glad I'm all secluded in at the back. I've got like a double boarded fence with stuff on the inside, you know, like weave stuff, and I've got plants growing up, and then I've got trees all the way around, so you can't see in, and it's like a 10-foot fence. But it's what they've done is the council's got in this street, they've gone and put these new lampposts in, and they've got one right outside the front of my house, one right outside the back of my house, shining right into the garden, so it's not completely black. And I question the lampposts. I don't know about you guys. I question them. Do they have cameras in? So there you go. So I just think we're going to have crazy, crazy times. I really do. I think that we're going to be majorly tested. Possibly, Lucian. And it's funny because I was watching Dan on his video in Russia last night. He was doing a little vlog, and he was telling his viewers about that there's Russian fighter jets going over every half an hour. And he was in the street. He had gone to the bakery on one of his videos, and it had one of them towers, what we've got over here. So they've got these towers all over. They're not just in, they're in every country. You know. So I'm just going to ask something here. Are we expecting more events to come off? Because I believe so. Just double check this. Seven cards. Queen Wanda, 2 days of smoky skies here. Sun was completely red on the moon. Then yes, supermarkets. Yes, June Ritchie, yes. Because I've got a supermarket just over the road. Not directly next to it, but near it. Interesting. Yeah. Okay. So we've got somebody coming forward. This is for the collective. This is for global for this week coming in. There's somebody coming forward with some shocking news here. And it's a male, and it's coming out on World News. Aldi's across the road from it. Yeah. No, Morrison's. I live across the road from Morrison's. But there is an Aldi in the village. They're all over the place, and they shouldn't be putting them in the residential areas. So there's somebody coming out with some big news. Now, that's safe home protection, but it's upside down. Why would we get that? And that's us being stalled. So possibly there could be something to do. I'm not saying it's true. I'm just saying what's coming out. information to come out, like fear-based, what's to come out, or to have on the edge of our seats. Or it could be some restriction. Could be to do with internet, which is affecting or light. Some restriction, but this isn't global. This could just be for certain parts of the world. So I'll be looking into my crystal ball soon. Yes, some Morrisons in the schools nearby. Yes. So we've got the 7 of Cups, and now we're narrowing this down because that came out first, the 8 of Wands, and then the 7 of Cups. So you've got 8, you've got 7. So there's something coming out by tomorrow. Just feel it. I don't know about you guys, but I just feel it. There's also going to be some shocking news to do with 2 women. Now they're coming out as upside down. So I'm going to pull some more cards out on top of that to see why, because I read the cards both ways. So the Queen of Swords is somebody, she could be a Democrat woman. She's like darkish to the hair. The Queen of Pentacles is also somebody who's darkish to the hair or brownish to the hair. That could be a Republican. Or somebody who's just, they're not even into politics. It could just be the colouring of them. So let's have a look. Yeah, something's weird. Not a lot of people out there. There's something weird. So we've got the 3 of Swords. We've got the 8 of Pentacles. I've always said it's the fight of the fittest this year. Well, they're trying to push this to 15-minute cities in the UK. But there's some government news coming out. There's some official news coming out. It's the Oscars of the Oscars. We've got the upside down justice. So it possibly could be something about them all ramping this up to do with what David Fletcher's saying to do with Trump. Trump is on a rampage right now at Keynote in Michigan. Interesting. And he's saying, I thought you said scrying, I think I need glasses. He's saying a lot of things he's never said before. Interesting. Can you divulge? I should really have it split screen, shouldn't I, so I can put it up. This will be the week when everything turns in a new direction. So there's something coming out, there's intel coming out. Look at that. Upside down justice, which will know what's been happening. And it's cutting through everything. But I also think there's going to be another distraction as well. All right? It's going to be like, where do we look? Which channel do we go on? I've been saying this for a while. What do we do? Because it's all happening. There's 2 things, big things to come off this week. He's just called Hillary a beautiful woman. I wonder if she's one of these women in the cards. The 9 of Cups, which take that away from the 7 of Cups, you're looking at 2 days. 2 days. It's all happening this week. Well, they used to be friends. And we've got upside down deceit. So basically, if you're getting triggered by politics at the minute, I wouldn't try to go away on a little break somewhere. Go into a log cabin in the woods or something, you know what I mean? Get yourself away. Go off grid. Stooge, I don't listen to any of them. He said we're close to World War III and he's the only one who can stop it. Let's see if that's true. You know me, I sit on the fence with everything. Is it true what Trump's just said? Oh, politics is a bloody damn show. It's all a show. I haven't watched Yellowstone yet. I need to watch that. Is it good? I like things like that. Is it true what Trump said, that we could have World War III if he's not back in? Just looking at it logically, like, could it be his ego? You know, you've got to look at all of these things. Abundance. Well, there's definitely something going on with the market at the minute. Trump likes to puff. Now, don't pick at Mary, guys, okay? We're going to be nice tonight. I'm just trying to look at it logically here. 8 of Cups. Well, he knows stuff, Mary. He definitely knows stuff. But we know that he can be egotistical. Let's have a look. But I think what we need to do is look underneath everything. There is some intel. There's something big to come out. Massively. So we've got here, we've got the 5 of Wands, which is normally restriction or a loss. We've got the 10 of Swords. There's the battle coming in. Get ready. Hold on to your hats, guys. The Federation will stop World War III. Oh, well, I believe that, mind. I definitely believe that. The Emperor. There's some lot of dark stuff to come out here, and they're holding a lot of stuff back. Let's say this impeachment's going to go ahead with Biden. Louise, is anything you are thinking about? Is anything you are thinking is about the text messages between? I'm saying I'm going to look into the Hunter Biden and Chinese government, because as you know, if it is there, you know how they're stopping it and blocking it. Joni Misa, I read Google and you're in the zone where it has been holding its own and it's been like protected. I'll pray that continues. Are you protected, Queen Wanda? It's out. What's out? Ooh. Would there be voting involved if... Could there be, if they're going to try and do an impeachment here, would they have to do a voting to do this? Because I'm feeling there could be something what could come off there. That's what I'm saying. Something about voting. So there's the Democrats there, and it's like there's some information to come out which could upset the Democrats. It's like a loss on the Democrats. Republicans are rejecting it, are they? Well, there's something about some voting coming out here. It was voted, now it moves to next step. It's going to get pretty heated, guys. The problem with the impeachment doesn't mean he has to leave office. I mean, I'm not being funny here, like, but I mean, he doesn't look like he's all with it, and he's not long here for this world, without sounding nasty. But there's going to be a big twist with this. Yes, the House has to pass articles of impeachment, then goes to the Senate for trial in Senate, then they vote. I'm saying something like that could push this. All right, so there's something here, new beginnings. Definitely new beginnings. But it's all a show. The whole thing's a show. I mean, there'll be people out there will disagree with us and saying, well, you know, they only see it like narrow-minded and say like it has to be a certain way, like Trump has to be back in or whatever for it to be all roses round the door, but not necessarily. Trump's doing his bit, Biden's doing his bit. I think Biden's been very used and puppeted. But what I'm getting is that's Hunter. Let's see. We've got success in bullseye. What does that mean? There's going to be some investigations to do with the money situation because it doesn't look good. But I still don't know if it's going to go that far. I still really feel it's not going to go that far. They're still protecting them. They have been impeached by both the House and the Senate in order to be removed. I don't feel it's going to be removed. I think something's going to happen. I just think it's a case of either he's going to become ill or something's going to change the whole scenario. It's very ping pong over the next couple of months. It's very, very ping pong. But I don't see Biden being removed. I'm going to be honest with you guys. The only way Trump can get back in if there's another election. I think he is definitely ill looking. All right. This is another man who you have to watch for on the Democratic side. And he's darkish to the hair. Could that be Newsom? I'm not trying to wind these up here, like, guys, but could that be Newsom? Or maybe it's another man? Maybe somebody completely unknown. Bribery. Our justice system is, there's something just protecting it and stopping it, but I think something's going to come out about money, definitely to do with money, but in a strange way. But it might not come out the way you think it's going to come out. It's going to come out through a different case, because I believe that there's going to be all cases what's going to be opened. So Newsom's got grey-white hair. Was he originally darkish to the hair? There's an older guy. What's coming out? That's what's protecting a lot of this. You've got like the establishment. Again, the four corners, the you know, like the I don't even know if they're agencies. I think it goes a bit beyond that. I personally don't think that they're going to get anything's going to happen to Joe that way. I think there's going to be a case of that they're sliding him out and they're putting somebody else in, which could be Kamala. But if that was the case, it would be temporary. There's a big twist with all of this, and it's not going to end the way you think it's going to end. But we're losing the thingy here. What I was going to ask was, could there be, what he was saying, could there be a world war if he's not back in? Pull this one out. I personally think it's gone too bloody far. It's he would negotiate if he got back in. He definitely would negotiate, Trump. The thing is, when you've got the big players in like NATO and things like that, it's just gone too far. Do you know what I mean? Robert Kennedy Jr. is running for president. It could be Robert Kennedy. But he doesn't fit into the establishment either. He's just... Like, I don't believe Marianne Williamson is either. And they're good people. It's just steeped with corruptness. Do you know what I mean? The Five of Pentacles here. At the moment, there's some force there. I mean, we know what's happening, that they just do not want him back in. They do not want Trump back in. That's what they're trying to do to him. But there's something's going to happen and balance will come back. Excuse me. Oh yeah, very corrupt jazz. Balance will come back, but these are with different characters. There is a very negative energy in the air tonight. What's that song by Phil Collins? There's something in the air tonight. I can feel it. And that's what we keep going back to that. We have to protect ourselves. We have to not get triggered. We have to try and use our discernment. Believe you me, right, there's going to be some investigations into money stuff. That is coming out very, very strong on the Hunter Biden thing. But not enough to impeach. Not enough to take Joe down that way. Nah, not seeing it. But the Five of Rods is going to be the same time they're going to have you on the edge of the seats where they're trying to get Trump imprisoned. But there's a big twist with this as well. And I think it's a lot to do with everything's spewing out the bag. It's all coming out, but it's coming out from both sides. It's but I'm getting all eyes are going to be on FBI, and old cases. So it's so steeped and entwined, and it could go on for a bit. This. I do believe, I've always said that Trump's going to be a hard man to take down, and we haven't heard the last of him. And I do believe very strongly that Biden is very frail. Yes. But I do believe when it comes to other things like money, possibly around Hunter, there might be some investigation into it. But there also is going to be, it's very tit for tat. But the real players are hiding behind the scenes. There's a lot more going on. And I think that's the root of it. You've got to go back. But it's going to all come out back to front. It's the only way I can explain it. Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down. Oh, happy birthday. Happy birthday, Hazeltine. So I think that the whole system's corrupt. I really, really do. And I think it's going to take time to sort out. It's not going to sort out overnight. But one thing I do know is that I'd be very, very surprised if these two older men, Trump and Biden, will end up in prison. Or anything bad's going to happen to them. History's going to repeat itself, guys. That's the Republicans taking back everything again. The question is it Trump? It's steeped right back to that, May and more. Not everything will come out in the wash. Not everything. So I'm going to put these away and I'm going to look into the crystal ball for you all. I'm going to see what the crystal has to say. And I've got A2I buzzing in my ear. He wants us to read the lyrics to In the Air Tonight by Phil Collins. I don't feel he's going to go to prison. That's what they're trying to do. let's see what's going on here. In the air tonight. All eyes on Russia, they're giving us. This is going to be a big one when I look into this crystal ball. Lyrics. I can feel it coming in the air tonight, oh Lord. Listen to this, guys. And I've been waiting for this moment for all my life, oh Lord. Can you feel it coming to the air tonight, oh Lord, oh Lord? Well, if you told me you were drowning... Oh God, this is creepy. Listen to this, guys. Well, if you told me you were drowning, I would not lend a hand. I've seen your face before, my friend. And I don't know if you know who I am. Well, I was there and I saw what you did. I saw it with my own two eyes. So you can wipe off that grin. I know where you have been. It's all been a pack of lies. Wow. And I can feel it coming in the air tonight, oh Lord, oh Lord. I've been waiting for this moment. That's just the chorus again. Right, wait a minute. Well, I remember, don't worry. How could I ever forget? It's the first time, the last time we ever met. But I know the reason why you keep this silence up. No, you don't fool me. The hurt doesn't show, but the pain still grows. It's no stranger to you and me. And then there's the lyrics again. What do you think of that, guys? How would you dissect that? Interesting. There's something massive is about to come out. But listen to this lyric. Listen to the line to this lyric. Well, if you told me you were drowning, I would not lend a hand. I've seen your face before, my friend, and I don't know if you know who I am. Drowning. Who's just drowned recently? If I told you you were drowning, I would not lend a hand. Interesting. But I don't know if you know who I am. So you can wipe that grin off your face. I know where you have been. It's all been a pack of lies. Phil's brother drowned and the lifeguard did not lend a hand. Oh. The people on the sub, yeah. God, look at that. I've come out in a rash. The pollen's really high over here. It's been really heavy. Who were you talking about? Well, messages in the lyrics, chords in the lyrics. Is it possible that maybe it's to do with the people who've been drowned recently? Okie dokie. Right, let's see what's going on. That's dead itchy, that. Okay. Before I start, I just want to send healing and blessings out to everybody in the audience that we will be all right. Oh, I've just seen like a big claws coming out the sea. Phil Collins isn't very well, is he? I mean, it could even be a message about that. But I see big claws coming out of the sea. I mean, it's metaphoric, unless there's going to be big claws coming out of the sea. The sea holds so much mystery. There's something else coming with seed. That's what it is. crazy weather. I'm seeing sort of like, as I'm looking into this crystal ball tonight, I'm seeing like frequency wave, and it's just like, it's like a pulsating energy. And I don't know if it's like affecting the weather, but we're going to watch for a lot of strange events this year. Some of them are going to be natural, some of them not. I seen this last week, something about a little island. Where's New Guinea, guys? Because I'm getting New Guinea. Where's that? Are we being triggered by a frequency? Remember, the crystal ball doesn't answer, but I'm being shown there's a frequency what's going on around Earth at the minute. Something about frequency attack. I don't know if that's something to do with Russia, or they're going to blame it on Russia. That's what they're saying. Okay. So New Guinea, above Australia, New Zealand. Okay. There's going to be some news in around that area. Lots of people, something to do with trade. Don't know what that is. And I want to say Australia is going to lead the way for the trade. There's also going to be a trade war. All right? But Australia will lead the way first. I want you to remember everything I'm telling you. My tummy's making a noise. You know, this is crazy what I'm seeing in this crystal ball. You know, like the scene to James Bond, it goes do 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 do, and it's like he's going like that with his gun, and it's like I'm saying something like that. So I don't know if there's spies to come out or Kremlin spies, MI6. It's funny because as I look into this crystal ball, I'm getting the Mueller report, question mark, and I'm also getting another investigation with something else coming out as well. There's a lot to come out. Optics, it's all optics. Strategy and optics. Putin's going to make a move on something else. And this could be his downfall. I don't know if it's this time or the next time. Remember what I'm saying? It's really strange what I'm getting tonight, guys. I'm getting Putin and the Prime Minister of Belarus. I see a weird situation with. And they're shown as optics, and all is not what it seems. They're shown as fighter jets over Russia. This is really strange. Whatever takes place in Russia is going to be drowned about something else to come out to the opposite side of the world. And I'm seeing lots of migrants coming. I see an event. I see a situation where it's a humanitarian problem. In Canada, there's a collective energy in Canada, and I'm seeing all the wigwams, they're all lined up, and it's all the Native Americans, their spirit. It's as if it's protecting Canada at the moment. Canada is protected by some strong Holy Spirit energy. Underground, I'm seeing underground facilities. UAP attack, what's that? What is UAP attack? And, oh God, Zelensky trying to make a move, and it's going to be, it could be fatal. And then they're shown as NATO. But then it will backfire on him. Opposite side of Russia, North America. They're shown as the Native American land. Apache land, all of that. Flag will change in Canada. Trade's going to change. You have to watch Newsom. I don't know why I'm getting that. Okay. Rishi Sunak, the UK, making big announcements. If not by the end of the year, be very surprised. By this beginning of next year, very early spring. UK people not happy, marches. And again, I'm being shown selling people out. And it's happened in the UK as well. Selling people out. Control. It will not work. It's going to backfire on them. Explosion on main road. Fire, smoke. Russia. Problems with the boat. 11, 12, 17. 22, 23, 29. Optics. Twists. There'll be darkness. There will be blackouts. Then everything will switch over. Humanitarian crisis, Russia. Short period. Something about explosion near a power plant or something. Explosion in sea. So it's like we're in the midst of it, guys, and it's happening. But it's more other frequency attacks, other weaponry out there, more than nuclear. I see 3 colonels or USA high-ranked military standing with their medals on world news, making announcements. It's funny because I'm getting Mars and I'm getting the moon. I normally look on no more than 2 years, so Mars project could be something what could be brought forward. We're going to get a lot of UFO sightings. And that thing what happened in Vegas, there's more to come. And that was a cover-up. They covered that up. There was more to it. There was evidence in that man's garden. There's more strangeries to happen. Arizona desert. West something. Or something beginning with W. My God, I live at West Denton. God, could you imagine it? This is more like a town or somewhere in the US maybe. Canada, strangeries to happen. Streets, more sightings. We are going to see a lot of sightings of different UFO activity, aliens on the streets. Aliens on the streets late at night. I think there's nothing more daunting, is there? It's when we're seeing something late at night. The sunlight's much better, isn't it? I see a crying woman and she's upset, she's worried, she's stressed, she's young. She's quite plain, brownish hair, whitish face. Mother, young mother, making a plea. And there'll be a young man connected with slim with dark hair. And it's not what you think. And they will blame her. And it's not her. Around about that time, just after, there will be big news with Putin. And huge news with Trump. Remember that. A lot of strange astrological stuff's going to be coming off this year. But it's not everything that we know as astrologers. Universal astrology. Huge shift in consciousness which is coming in out into our Milky Way, and it's affecting all humans and life form throughout the galaxy. And I'm being shown a great big Pegasus. A Pegasus. What does that mean? Let's see what that is. Meaning of Pegasus. Give me 2 minutes. Meaning of Pegasus. There's different meanings of it. Constellation, that's what I was getting. Pegasus is the 7th largest constellation in the night sky, belongs to the Pegasus family of constellations. It is named after the mythical winged horse from Greek mythology, in which Zeus, right? Zeus is the god of karma, isn't it? Used the horse to carry his thunder and lightning. Interesting. There's a shift. What's happening? There's something happening across the galaxy. What's the other meaning of Pegasus? Pegasus. The winged horse. And it's funny because I've seen like a claw coming out of the sea. Pegasus is a divine stallion. Been talking about horses tonight, haven't we? Usually depicted as pure white in colour in Greek mythology. There he is. Interesting. Do you know that he was supposed to have sprung from the neck of Medusa when she was slain? Wow. Pegasus. Okay, there's something very godly and big happening at the minute. Let's get back to this. Clash of the Titans. This is strange. I'm seeing two armies. Well, we've just recently seen that, haven't we? We've had like what's happened in Russia. Fighting on the streets, USA. There's going to be something strange what's going to take place when we're going through this switchover. And because of an event what could take place globally, okay, it could cause a crash for a short time in the housing market. At this time, it's going to affect something to do with China. Remember that. But I'm seeing problems with grain. And I see ships stuck in a sea. Over many different situations. But being restricted. And they're talking about this on World News, and it's something about a law getting passed. The fight of the seas. The fight of the seas. Watch for this coming out. Borderlines with seas. You're going to be fine, Ismail. The fight of the seas. Something to do with trade. Restrictions. It's got a name. C or S. A. It could be off the coast of Australia. The start of it. Everything's just moving. It's just moving in the right direction, but it's moving slowly, but it's going to start to whiz up this week coming in. More news coming out with the submarine. I don't know if it's the same one or it's a different one. You lost the audio. Can you hear us now? Hazeltine. It's funny, I'm seeing Latin. What's it saying? I'm seeing Latin in this crystal ball. Old scriptures. The end. What the hell does that mean? The end. The end. They're shown as Amish people. Amish, it's written in this crystal ball here. Worry. Protection. And Amor Domini. Amor Domini. What's that mean? Something like that. Putin has put dolphins, spy drones in the sea. There's something going on in the sea, guys. Amor Domini. This is very strange. I want to say prepare. Like Wokahoti's put here, South's supposed to get more storms overnight. Anno Domini. What does that mean? Anno Domini. I'm seeing it. It's bouncing out of this crystal ball. What's that? Oil. Dry up. Seas. Texas. votes next year. Trump standing in court, walking out, clicking the cameras, paparazzi, people clapping. Adam and I is Latin for in the year of the Lord. There you go. It's coming out here really strong. So I seen a big claw coming out the sea. I seen a Pegasus, and then they're giving us that. Ukraine split into two in a new Russia. The rise and the fall of the empire, which is all collective energy, what's been lying there dormant for thousands of years. The rise and the fall of the empire. Which empire? This is the different empires around the world. The British, the Russian, the Chinese. It's the unsettling because of two worlds coming together. The past, the present, the future is coming in with the present. We are here to change history. Listen carefully, guys. We've all done this before. And we are ridding old karma. We are sorting it all out. We are healing everything. Man falling off boat. This could be the Titanic I'm seeing. Ooh. There was a detection on something. And they didn't want that to come out. They didn't want something to come out. They're giving us frequency attack, guys. I wonder if that's what happened to the submarine. Device on it. Some people just get in the way when they're the controllers, the sociopaths of Earth, and they're trying to change this system. And some people will not fit into this system, so they'll just get rid of them. There's secrets there, and it's not just to do with the Titanic. Let me pull some cards out on this. It's not just the Titanic, what's down there. Ho, 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 ho. I've gone all creepy there. What else is underneath there? What was the Hamburg meeting with aliens someone spoke of earlier? I don't know. Can somebody who said that, can they speak again about that? What was I looking at again there? Oh yeah. Is anything else more down there apart from the Titanic? Supposedly Titanic. Yes. Massive. Right. So I said this a little while ago, didn't I? I was saying that the sea holds a lot of mysteries. And a lot of our sea we haven't discovered. We've got the upside down justice. So there's definitely been something definitely there. I don't like covering this because it knocks us strange when I look into it, but it's something what's... So we've got the moon card. As above and below. It's all going on in the ocean. But what's in the sky with the ETs is underneath too. It's underneath too. I know that's the study card there, but I see this secret bases, like secret underground, watch the water. Something, they were on target with something, and especially to do with two of them explorers on that, what they were going to be doing or looking at, and they've not wanted them to go back down there, but they've discussed it in a WhatsApp or they've discussed it somewhere, and that's got intercepted because of tracking what's going on. Good night, Jamie. 9 of swords, 8 of rods. Yeah. What the question is, why would they hold all that back? Because it's all to do with money. Because they're trying to control with money. So it's free light, free heat. Hamburg, G20 2017, world leaders told what to do by ETs and world leaders opted out. That, I've seen that before and I've covered that before, Lucian. So the G20, I believe that they were all told, I've covered this before in a few of my world predictions, that I believe that they all went there, they were told that buckle up or you're out. All right? And it was connected with extraterrestrials. So yes, I believe that's definitely going on. And it's all connected with that. That's to do with the cleanup, what's happening. Like I've said to you before, once you go above the white hats, the black hats, who's disagreeing politically, above it all is a hierarchy, what's controlling everything. And they know the only way to sort all this out is to bring this new technology in. But it means a massive cleanup. And it's disrupting all the cockroaches because of all the trafficking going on and everything what's been happening illegally on this planet. So it's going to take a while to clean all this up. And I've seen it. I'm sure I remote viewed it on this. It might be one of my old ones in this library. Can any of you remember that, guys? It all goes back to ETs again. So we've got the upside down magician here. So I would say that, and of course, if it all comes out, it's going to affect, at the minute, it would affect religion. Can you remember that, Star Moon Stars? So it's stopping our human consciousness, really. But, well, it's not stopping us who know the truth, but it's controlling humanity. And the same cards are coming out. That's them there. The sociopaths would have run on Earth. But they've been told that buttle up or you're out. Then they not all of them will think that they are extraterrestrials. They'll have somebody working for somebody who passes the message on. There's always somebody above somebody above somebody. Does that make sense? And there's only certain people within governments get to know this. It's all about money, Mary. Watch on YouTube and you'll see the world and their badges, yeah. So I think we are in the eye of the storm. I really, really do. I do believe we're in the eye of the storm here this year. November's going to be a big one to do with Trump as well. I want you to remember that. So it's going to go on a little while. So I want to say there's two big things to come out this week. All right. And I'm seeing something about explosion. They're talking about GPN or something. I don't know what that means. GPN. They're talking about it on news or something like that. Blocked communications. God knows what that is. No, GP, I don't know, they're just giving us GP, I'm not sure if it was GPN, like N for November, or it could be N for November. JP is a military personnel that is connected to Eleanor. Eleanor who? This is something to do with what they're talking about on television. No, this is something that they're talking about on television. It's not to do with somebody who's on YouTube. It could be VPN. What's VPN? Communication loss. No. C and S connections. Virtual private network. Virtual private network. Gamers private network. Is it something what's going to be a threat to something? There's something like that I'm seeing. VPN is a secure private internet. Internet. I've got to get this right. Is it an internet attack problem? They're talking about it on the television. I'm seeing it on news. I'm seeing it, visually seeing it, remote viewing. And GPN is a global payment market. I think we're going to have a bit of both here. Could be a cyber. Is it a cyber threat that I'm seeing? Yes, but it's connected with money as well. It's everything's connected with money, isn't it? Two. I don't know if that's 2 hours, 2 weeks, 2 months. It's not 2 years. VPN from Google. They're talking about it on the news. Something like that. Remember that. Could be connected with banks as well. Interesting. It's a big thing they're talking about. And it's in the show list they're talking about, okay? Watch for this. It's something big coming out. Desiree, I'm having problems with VPN at my job now. That's strange. Russian hackers. JP is USA military that collaborates with right. No, it's nothing to do with her. It's nothing to do with a YouTuber on. This is on. I'm seeing it on news, on global news. They're talking about it. So they will attack the internet like they are already saying they will. Yes. Yes. the year of exposure. A lot of people getting exposed. It's funny, guys. I've never seen this before. I've just seen Zelensky's face in this crystal ball, and I'm looking at him and he's just fizzling out. It's like they're fizzling him away. It's like it's all going away. It's like he's been fizzled. How strange. How strange. Two worlds. There's two worlds going on in this world at the minute. There's a veil. There's a crossover of reality, and people are going to get glitches and see strange things. So as we are going into that higher state of consciousness, we haven't got to get triggered. We haven't got to just go with our feelings. If it feels right, it's right. They're trying to do away with VPN. Okay. I don't know. I've only seen a few of Eleanor's videos. Who's Dr. Salah? Is that somebody she used to have on? I really don't know. So no, oh my God, Amy. So no internet, no work, and no nothing will open, only cash purchases. Whatever they're trying to do, it's going to backfire. We're just in the middle of the eye of the storm here. And what we've got to do is we've got to try and have faith. We've got to try and keep calm. Dr. Salah was on the History Channel for years. All right. Yes, because with a VPN, they cannot track what country your IP address comes from. All right. Well, there's something going to take place on the internet or something like that. That's what I'm getting. Interesting. I wouldn't know. I don't watch any of these Alex Colliers and all of them. I watch some of Cliff's stuff. I like Cliff. But I'm very wary about certain people within that community. Very, very wary. I'm very choosy, should I say. But I do like Cliff. I must admit, I do like Cliff. You can't ask the ball, Teddy, about timings. So when could this be? He's real Cliff. When could this be to do with it? Attack on the internet. It's something they're coming out with, and I don't know if it's after an event or it's something what could be a problem. Again, will they try and blame this on Trump or what, or Putin or whatever? It's going to be brought in political. That's what they'll do. They'll make it political. Well, it's funny you should say that. There's no timing coming out on this, right? And I'm not trying to cop out here, but we've got... You go on the timings. I'll pull some more cards out, but you've got the best possible decision. So it's something what has to come into place. It's something that they're going to make it look like it's an accident or it's a target, but it's an event. It's an event. So at the minute it's shown as no timing. It could be any time. It's only short, but Ace of Cauldrons. I mean, it's definitely this year I'm seeing it. 10 of Cups. Unless it's by this time next year. Yeah. Ten of Cups. But we will be all right. It's something that's going to make the internet unsafe, or people are worrying about it. It's something to do with social media. And again, it's part of the cleanup. It's like part of the cleanup. But everything's going to change with the internet. That's what I predict tonight. Everything massively is going to change with the internet. And the end result's going to be good. But when people are saying, oh, like, aliens are going to show up, and I think it's more that intercepting through people. And the first time we will have sort of that contact globally, it's going to be a man, and he looks like a man, a human, but it doesn't mean he's a human. Because it's all about science. It's all about what we've been told. Well, there's more to it than that. Like I say, we are the aliens. We are a mirror effect of what is out there in the galaxy. But some of them don't look like us. The Isis inspiration, so it is biblical, spiritual times, no matter what you believe in. You know, but religion's going to be something it's going to help us through these times. They do not want to change our culture. They don't want to change us. They just want to inspire with, but they're frightened that it has to be dripped in. And that's where the man stands in snow comes in. Let's see if I can see any more. And she's coming in for protection for Mother Earth as well. Definitely. There's been an attack on everything. There's been an attack on the church as well, where you've got the deep state, you've got the deep church. It's all deep stuff, like an underworld. And it's all about greed. It all comes down to greed and money. Watch the birds. High ground. We could have problems with volcanoes, eruptions, earthquakes. 10 is coming through. I don't know if that's October. Island trouble. Islands. This is two things I'm getting here. And I know this sounds really, really strange. I'm getting the word Mississippi. I don't know if it means there's going to be something what's going to come out around that area. But then Jed is coming in here, and I can see A2I, and he's laughing, he's giggling. You know, like when you go 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. Now when you do that, it's not the same time. It's like they've took seconds out of 1 minute. Time is speeding up. Time is speeding up. And science is going to meet religion to give us this truth, but they have to drip this in carefully. So we can still have our Christmas days, we can still have our holy days, yeah, and believe what we want to believe, but it's just an added addition. That's what they want to do. They want to bring it in so it's an added addition to our Father's house has many mansions, many universes, many different star races. Just different nationalities, but they're just dotted out there in the Milky Way, and that's all it is. But I'll be honest with you, a lot of it's going on this planet and we don't know it. So when you're watching for these sightings, people have said, well, how do you know their extraterrestrial origin or their government origin? You can normally tell if you get close up to them. The more nuts and bolts, they normally have signs on. They look very structured, like they've been put together by man when you get close up to them. But if you've seen one in the sky, you would think, wow, that's a UFO, until you got close up to it. With the star people, the more sort of crystal ships, the very fluid, the ships. The kingdom of heaven is within, yes. But I think that going back within the truth community, right, without saying names, I just think that there's a such thing as that people got carried away with their egos and stuff like that. And people say, when you can't just channel somebody, because I'm a channeler and I'm a scryer. And I think that what we need to understand is that anybody can be intercepted, right? And there's an ego what's feeding within these communities. So you have to be careful. Very, very careful. Yeah. So, because the snake can intercept anyway. Absolutely anyway. But I just go with what I know. And sometimes when I feel it's very heavy energy out there, or there's an interception of negativity, dark magic, whatever you want to call it, sometimes I'll not do the channeling. You only know when it's safe to open up. Does that make sense? You've got to be very, very careful, because when we're psychic, we're like sponges. But there's people out there who are manipulating the situation and saying stuff what's not true. Do you know what I mean? You're gonna go into fifth dimension, and you're gonna be left. You're gonna leave loved ones behind. It's you're not gonna leave nobody behind, because you can't stay in a dimension. We're meant to be human. We're meant to be in this 3D. Okay, so you can meditate and go into fifth and higher, but we've got to keep grounded. We've got to keep in our bodies, otherwise we'll be dead. Oh yes, it's past my bedtime. I'm just having a chat here. But I just think that when people say, if you don't do this and you don't support Trump, or you don't do this, or you're not awakened, you're not going to go into the fifth dimension, that is not spiritual at all, because it's not about politics. Not everybody's come back to want to know even about politics. Some people have come here just to look after their families, or to create, or to design, or to uplift humanity. We're all different. So there's just this ego what took up within that community, and I can't go any further into it because I don't want to start lowering the vibration, but we just have to use our discernment at these times, and grounded is the way. We need to be grounded, and it doesn't stop you being spiritual. I question everything, And, people will say, well, how do you know what you're talking to when you're channeling something? Because you feel it. If it feels right. I don't go on like what they look like. Like you've got people, they'll say reptilians are bad. Greys are bad. But that's looking at things not spiritual. That's looking at things like categorizing. And I can't categorize. I refuse to categorize. Do not judge. Like I said, you could be talking to something what looks very scary, like a big green lizard, but there could be the sweetest soul ever. And that you could be talking to somebody who's blonde and beautiful, and they could be so evil. We've got to go with what we feel. That's where we've gone wrong as humanity. Looking at the species isn't that kind of it's like So when someone in the truth community, oh, you know, the greys are bad and these are bad and interceptions, and I have, you've got to have empathy for everything. Even a clone, I'm going to be straight to the point. Even a clone could have a soul. It doesn't mean they're bad. We have to question everything. And it's all down to frequency, and it's all down to energy. That's the way we need to go forward. Does that make sense, guys? But what I'm going to do is, it's getting late, so I'm going to do a little prayer for we all. I think we're in for a strange week, guys. A very, very strange week. I want to say the cauldron is bubbling. And we'll have to question everything. We'll stay in our heart space when we're grounded. And this will be glowing. You'll be like, do, 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 do. You'll be able to see everything. You'll be able to see everything. Tonight I want to bless everybody in this forum, but around the world, as there is an exchange taking place and we are going through the great crossover. I have come to realise, I feel quite emotional here, that we are living in a world that has been full of deception. But what I do see is a futuristic cities, a futuristic technology, which has all been held back from where, and people from the future who are trying to reach out to us all. This has all been held back from where? From greed and evil. And as I look into this crystal ball, I see that these two worlds are colliding now, and we will have disclosure. Disclosure does not have to be where they are extraterrestrials labelled coming from the skies. You need to understand this world is not what it seems, and they are already here with us now. You need to understand that we will be looking at man or woman who will be saying this. This is not as a conspiracy. This will be officially said. And new revelations to take place for humanity. What the extraterrestrials have come to understand, and they have made agreement on this with hierarchy on Earth, the good guys, that we will have their technology dripped in, and they are doing a massive cleanup at the moment. You cannot remove all the evil off the planet. I'm not somebody who believes in Nazara Jazara. We are creating that. We have to do the inner work. We are the ones who are walking through the storms. And a lot of us in this audience tonight are feeling it, like I am. That it's a heavy weight it's a heavy weight on our shoulders. But the Lord Jesus is with us, and the Holy Spirit is with us all. And the angels are walking amongst us. We are so close. Each and every one of you have a guardian angel. They were assigned to you from birth, and they will protect you. When you feel darkness, when you feel sad, call upon your angel, and he or she will come to you. Sometimes angels don't have gender, but they will come to you. Tonight was a warning. A warning of what? I want to say that we are so close, and we must not feed into the fear. Remember, energy and frequency doesn't stay. Some of you who know me very well have noticed that I may feel a bit strange tonight. It's because I'm feeling it, and we are all human. Does that make sense? And what we need to do is we just need to understand that when we feel it, we know something's going to happen. Jamiel. That's lovely. We are the human extraterrestrials, and we are sensitive souls. We are magical, multidimensional beings that cannot stay in one frequency for long. We are changing all the time. We are moving with the speed of light. Each and every one of you who is in this audience possibly don't even know it, but consciously, but subconsciously, you will know it, that you are darting around this galaxy beyond the fifth dimension. That's why you've got to keep grounded. That's why you have to keep rooted. And I do know that we are tribal. We came here to be tribal for a reason. Expect a storm, guys. I send prayers. I send beautiful blessings and protection, holy protection out to all the children on this planet. The new babies coming in, the children here now, all the little children are protected by Jesus Christ and the Holy Spirit. I send prayers out to everybody in this audience tonight that they are protected, and their loved ones and your animals. We must not feed into the fear. There's a great puzzle coming. There's a great puzzle. And it's going to have us thinking. It's coming over the next couple of weeks. Everybody may argue about this or trying to dissect it. But it is a greatest distraction from the greatest thing what is ever about to hit this planet. And I'm going to leave that one with you. We are in the eye of the storm, guys. And I hope that's helped tonight. I'm off to make a hot chocolate. I'm off to get my gym jams on. And I've got him back again, HOI. And he's going, Mrs. Robinson, Jesus loved you more than you will know. Oh, oh, oh. What's that? Lyrics, lyrics, lyrics. He does my head in this little being. He's so cute. Mrs. Robinson. We'd like to know a little bit about you from our files. We'd like to help you learn to help yourself. Look around you, all you see are sympathetic eyes. Stroll around the grounds until you feel at home. Then there's the lyrics. Hide it in a hiding place where no one else ever goes. Put it in your pantry with your cupcakes. Interesting. This is about the files. It's a little secret, just the Robinsons' affair. But most of all, you've got to hide it from the kids. Cuckoo-cuckoo, Mrs. Robinson. Files, files, files. Sitting on the sofa on a Sunday afternoon, going to the candidates' debate, laugh about it, shout about it when you got to choose. Everywhere you look at it, you lose. Where have you gone, Joe DiMaggio? Our nation turns its lonely eyes to you. Interesting. Woo ooh ooh. What's that you say, Mrs. Robinson? Jolton Joe has left and gone away. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. I love the lyrics of that, and I think that's about what's to all come out. Especially the first bit. We'd like to know a little bit about you from our files. We'd like to help you learn to help yourself. Trumpy boy's got some files that no one else wants to find. If these files come out, it's gonna blow your mind. Cuckoo-choo. Good night, guys. I'll see you soon. Oh, I'll not be on Tuesday on live because I've got to work, okay? But I'm going to try and pull off something on YouTube for you, like a looking glass or something like that. So I'll see you soon, okay? But I'll be back on Thursday live, okay? Good night, guys. Sleep tight, and I'll see you soon.